Oh, I'm live. I'm live. What up, YouTube? Yo, it's been 3 months. Three, not one, not two, 3 months since I've been on YouTube. That's a quarter of a year. Quarter of a year, right? It's already almost fall. I can already tell that my light is not as bright. Maybe I should go sit somewhere where you got a little bit more light. All right, how's that? Can you see me better now? There we go. All right. So, a couple of things. Yeah, so my weight loss since my gastric bypass has been okay. I haven't been as serious since I hit I guess when I hit size 12, 14, I felt like really, really comfortable. And I'm not really comfortable with all of this extra skin. Y'all can see this, right? It started to freak me out. I'm going to be honest. It started to freak me out a little bit. And it was kind of like, is there going to be more weird skin? Like, what's going on with this? So just so you guys know, my highest weight, 430 pounds. I eventually lost 100 pounds in 8 months doing a Dukan diet, which was basically protein. Like you alternate one day eating proteins, and then the next day you eat vegetables, and then once you just kind of like you go back and forth. It worked out pretty good for me, I thought. No carbs, no sugar. And I actually really enjoyed it. I felt good. You were supposed to have like a little bit of fiber every day because obviously that's not right. And it's similar to what the diet is that I'm on now, which is, very high protein, low carb, no sugar kind of a thing. And although I still do my Splenda, I have to have my brown sugar Splenda with my coffee. So, and I do drink regular half and half. I stopped doing the, fat-free half and half because I just have to have my coffee in the morning. And anyway, so my highest weight was 430 pounds. I dropped down to 375 or so, or something like that, 430, 330. I don't know. And then, I dropped down 330 and then I reached back up to about 375. And it's been a process. It's been a huge process. So recently my weight dropped down to about 231 pounds. And I thought that was pretty amazing. I was super ecstatic. And I think I actually had sort of a block. There's people who talk about having like mental blocks once you start getting like to a successful point. I think that's actually what was going on with me. And on top of that, as when I got to that thing, it's like in my life, I have so many things like always sort of in a rotation. So I'll have like big high points. It's like, yeah, go Amada. And then I'll have nothing. And I literally like my energy will drop and I feel sad. And I have this fluctuation where I'm always kind of like around back to back like this, right? Plus things happen to me in my life that I have like no control over. So, and then there's some things that we had more control over. So this year, in May, we, for Mother's Day, had decided to, I wanted to do my DNA testing, right? I wanted to find out like, who am I? It all started when I went back to visit my dad, and you guys can watch some other videos where I was talking about what happened when I went to May 1st. We went to North Carolina and we saw we took my dad's ashes, buried him at the church with his parents, and I ended up looking at the scenery and like just everything and just feeling like really, really connected and starting to remember a lot of the stories that my dad had talked about. And I might start tearing up a little bit, but it's been quite an exciting ride. So I'll get back to that in just a second, but I found out some family that came over, from all the way from from Sweden, and like there's the Dutch in there and all the stuff that my dad was telling me about. So it's been very, very exciting. I'll get back to that in a second though, because this inspired me to ask my husband if he would be interested, because we did our DNA testing at the same time, right? But we did our DNA testing, and then we were like, hey, you know, just for like let's just find out like what Damon's mom might be, right? Like, and if maybe because she's adopted, and we didn't think that we'd really, you know, like you might find like a second cousin or a third cousin or something like that, you know, like we were like, hey, maybe they know something, right? Y'all, she spit in the tube. A couple weeks later, a bunch of stuff started coming up. We ended up finding out that, yes, she has siblings. And you're not going to believe this, but they literally, one of her cousins, I think it's like her first cousin or her second cousin, and Damon's not here. He can tell you like the specifics. Like we've gone down the ancestry.com rabbit hole, like big, big deal. So we found out that one of her first cousins basically grew up like 2 blocks from here her whole life for 50 years. Carol's like, I'm not allowed to say how old Carol is, but let's just say she's like 70, right? So, or almost 70, right? So for most of her life, she had family literally around the corners, the same neighborhood. How crazy is that? And by the way, I can see somebody's watching. I don't know who it is, and I don't know how to click on the little thingy, but sorry if you guys are watching me. I can't see who's in there unless I guess if you type into the live chat box or something. But hi, thanks for watching. And yeah, so Carol's cousin lived close by, and then she was able to tell us about Carol's sister Karen and Karen's sibling, who is we don't know, we think he's a half brother, I think, to Karen. So apparently Carol's mom had many children with different men, and like at that time, and at some point between, I guess, like the first and the second kid, and then and like the third, like I think it was like Carol, and then there was Karen, and then there was like another kid. Basically, she kind of like she got like a little crazy, and they took the baby away from her. Basically, like that's why Carol was up for adoption. Like she just couldn't. There's a whole other part of this story that I'm not going to. That we found most of her family. It's been pretty amazing. They are the sweetest people. They are so down to earth. They're so much fun. Her sister Karen lives over in Jersey. I mean, an hour drive, you know, and she's willing to come over here, and she spent the night, and like we've gone over there and spent the night. Like, so I've been really busy with family, with Damon's stuff, and there's still more because we'd love to figure out, like we found out who Carol's mom is, but we still don't know who Carol's dad is. And so there's this whole like, how do we figure this out? Like if we just like upload all of our stuff. And so we've been going on to like GEDmatch. So we did our stuff through Ancestry, but maybe some other family did it through DNA, like Ancestry, 23andMe, and like all these, you know, all these other MyHeritage and stuff like that. So we've been sort of like uploading our family DNA and like trying to see stuff. And hey, Becky. How did I know it was you? Hey, Becky. Just filling in where I've been and what's been going on. You know all this stuff. My sister Becky and I found each other last year, and she's been so amazing. So yeah, I've had quite a journey the last year and a half. So yeah, so that's what's been going on. And then we knew that in July it was Gary's 70th birthday, which is Damon's dad. And so we were like trying to plan a special like memory book thing, and we were grabbing stories, and we were organizing the party. And so I was really like, we were dealing with, oh, look, a family member. Oh, look, another family member on top of Gary's party, on top of Amada. You are running 2 different businesses, and just, I've been like super, super busy. But I got to tell you, part of where I'm coming at 3 months from now, it's been a lot of highs and lows. And honestly, I'm starting to feel with my weight loss that I could lose a little bit more. I'm going to stand up for you right now just so you guys can see like the changes that have been happening, because my weight hasn't dropped, but it went up, I think, to like 245. And then it went back to 237. And then it's like now today on the scale, after I pooed, it was 241. So I'm somewhere fluctuating between 231 and 241, which I'm not like super mad about, but I still want to get under 200 before the end of the year. And I know I need to get off my butt and go going. So anyway, look at this. Do you guys see this? This is my arm, right? And a lot of stuff has been happening. Like I looked down at my legs changed. They've gotten smaller. I had a win. I actually fit into Damon's shorts. It didn't button all the way, but I fit into his shorts. So that was like a big thing. I haven't fit into a boyfriend's jacket or anything like that since I was like 15, 16, like my first boyfriend ever. And I hardly fit into his jacket, saying my boobs have always been huge. So, the boobs haven't shrunk too much, by the way, so I'm kind of okay with that. They did. I'm officially a 42 double D, and it felt really good the other day to go onto Walmart.com and actually order bras, because for most of my life, being plus size, I could only find bras at Lane Bryant, and now and thanks to media, modern media and stuff, people actually. They might not have it in the stores, but you can buy them online. And that's like a huge, huge thing for me. So I bought me some really nice bras. In fact, I will share one with you. This is just a normal, regular underwire bra. You can see my boobs fit perfectly into this stupid thing. But anyway, I'm going to stand up for you guys so you guys can see what's been going on with me. So, all right. So when I'm standing up, these are my arms. My wings are not thick anymore. This is stretchy skin. And I'm thinking that if I can get under 200 pounds, and when I take it away, look, do you guys see that? It's pretty awesome. I have a lot of extra skin on my belly. You can see there's my scars. What's kind of funny is my scars are actually turning into sort of like tags because of the extra skin. I don't know if anybody else has that, but my skin is, and we're getting a little clear here, but this is my belly, and my butt has shrunk. It's definitely shrunk, but my belly, and this is if I'm just standing up, now let me just kind of relax. You can see when I'm relaxed, the extra skin here. But I must have some abs because sometimes when I'm normally walking, it kind of looks like that. So here's my cut into, I guess it's the top half that's sort of shrinking into this. And then this is all here. And for my legs, I don't know if I can really show you, but basically if I just go to here, there's extra skin here, but it's still thick. So you can see me grabbing it, right? You can see me grabbing this. It's not too bad. It hasn't prohibited me from walking or doing anything, but you can see, right? You can see the extra skin here and it wiggles. But I'm not feeling like a loser. I'm not feeling I've had a couple of French fries when we've come home late at night or something. I don't eat that much. And I can eat steak, by the way, which I don't normally because I feel not just very full, but it gets I can feel it in my stomach and it takes so long to process and I feel heavy for weeks. So I don't normally eat steak, but I'll just tell you, when we took Gary out for his birthday, I did get one of those 6-ounce filet mignons and it was like butter in the mouth. It was so good. The other thing is, so I'm thinking long term, I would really, really like to get under 200 pounds before December. And then I would like to go, depending on how much more skin I get, I would like to plan on next year, do one of two things. One, get skin removal surgery. I want to get in there. I want them to take this off. Want them to take it off. The second, because I think after you have this kind of surgery, if you have the excess skin, you know, they'll do it. They'll do your arms, they'll do your legs, they'll do the upper part above your pubic bone where the extra layer of tummy fat sticks. Oh, hi, Becky. You're awesome. So proud of you. Love you. I love you too. So that's kind of like one of my goals. My second other goal for next year is that actually David and I are thinking about having kids. So, you know, I want to be under 200 pounds. And I know like once I get to where I need to be with my body, which I honestly think I probably could be an 8 or a 10, a size 8 or 10. I don't know why I know this. I just kind of feel like that feels right for me in my head, because when I go and I try on clothes, I can tell that my body, I have huge boobs, obviously, and my butt has shrunk, but I actually feel I could be probably an 8 or a 10 and I would be comfortable with that. I don't need to get anything lower than that, really. I had a college professor, I don't know if I've mentioned this before on my videos, when I was 19 in college and I was talking to like I was taking like a nutrition class, and she said, if you got below a 12, she's like, you're going to look weird. And I think that somewhere has been stuck in my head. So see, I was talking about my blocks. When I got to a 12, 14, I was like, oh, that's it. I'm good. But I'm not good. I can feel like even wearing those pants that, yeah, I fit in them, but I think I would feel more comfortable in an 8 or a size 10. So that's where my actual next goal is, which means it's not going to just fall off. I have the bloom is off the flower. This is that part of the diet and the process after having a gastric bypass that, yeah, you're just, you know, you're gonna not lose weight as fast. And I know that. I mean, it's like with any diet, like once you stop dieting and you're stuck with something, if you don't be consistent, you are not going to lose as much weight. So I want to stay healthy. I am still taking all of my multivitamins. In fact, I will tell you, I take 2 multivitamins a day. I take 2 iron supplements. I'm still taking biotin once a day because I want my hair to grow out. And even though I like my hair shorter now, it makes it really shiny and I kind of like it. Not that I really care about my hair. I hate my hair, but whatever. So 2 multivitamins, 2 iron supplements, biotin. I'm taking a fish oil. I'm taking the fish oil. And actually, you know what? Here, I'll be right back. Here, take a look at Damon's desk. Pay attention. I'll come back over and I'll sit over there. Okay. All right, here we go. I want to share this with you. This is very important. You need to take your vitamins, right? So, all right. So I know it looks like a lot. Do not be scared. Okay, look. These are my multivitamins, which, by the way, Damon has to pick me up some more because whatever. I take the iron supplement 2 times a day. I take B12 just once a day in the morning. I take the D3. This is 5,000 IU, supports bone and immunity health. So I take that, even though I do eat a lot of cheese. There's the biotin I take. And then this is the triple omega fish, flaxseed, safflower, olive oils. I don't know why, but I felt like this might help me with like energy or something. So, you're supposed to take it 3 times a day, but I take it once. I take it once in the morning. It's because the pills are like so freaking huge and I just can't handle it. So, all right. The other thing that has changed with me is just more awareness of my body. So days that I'm not out actively giving tours and doing things, I've changed to wearing Toms. I have no idea if you guys are interested in deodorant or that kind of healthcare, but it has 24-hour odor protection, long lasting. It smells like wild lavender. It smells awesome. No aluminum, no parabens, no artificial fragrance. So when I am home and I'm not running around sweating like a crazy person giving tours, I just take this and I wear this. I have no idea if it's made my body any different, but I do worry about like the aluminum, whatever that they add into stuff. Aluminum, So Tom's does have an antiperspirant that has the aluminum in it to reduce underarm wetness and 24-hour protectiveness. So days that I'm home and I'm not doing nothing, I wear this. Days that I might have one tour where I'm sweating maybe for an hour and a half, I'll wear this. If I have an 8-hour day, I go back to my secrets. I go back to, whatever, like normal stuff. And recently, the other thing that has come with this surgery has been sometimes after eating and I'm going to bed, I do still have sort of like gas buildup. And so for me, I've never been one of those people that can just like normally let it just like go. I have to actually get up and go to the bathroom and do those kind of things. And sometimes the bubbles in my system doesn't allow me to rest peacefully. So I've also taken up taking some melatonin. I only take this if I have gone to bed and I wake up at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning and I can't go back to sleep. I will then take this. You're supposed to take 2, or actually it says serving size 1 at bedtime. But if I'm up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll sometimes pop 2 of these suckers and it helps me sleep. It does not get me quite awake in the morning, I'll be honest, because sometimes I get up and I'm like still a little groggy, but anything to put me back to sleep, because it's been very stressful since May. And which is why I haven't been on here, because I've been busy dealing with the family drama, the family love, the family drama, the family love, and just like worrying about like a lot of things, and like, why hasn't the weight come off? Well, it's probably because I've been stressed out. The other fun thing that's happened to me, and now I know this is already a 20-minute video, but the other fun thing that's happened to me is, drum roll, I have freaking hemorrhoids. And it's not just a hemorrhoid. And this happened 3 weeks ago, because what is it? Today's Wednesday. Right after we had went and spent the night at new Aunt Karen's house. That following Tuesday, I came home and I had to use the bathroom. And then I felt like something came out of my butt. And I was right. I was scared out of my mind that I actually had broke my butt. But and then the next week I came down, I had my period. So I was like, well, I'm not going to the doctor with my period. Like, that's just stupid. Even that's probably not stupid. It's just stupid in my head. But so this couple days ago, was it like on Friday? Yeah, on Friday, I went on ZocDoc and I made an appointment and took a shower. I was very, very clean, and went to the doctor and I said, look, I think I have a hemorrhoid. My family does have a history of cancer, and I am worried that I might have done something. I don't know. Can you take a look? So they asked me all these questions, and eventually the doctor came in, and he didn't even need a minute. He was literally like, yep. He touched it. And he goes, yep, you have a, what was it called? Hemorrhoid, thrombosis, hemorrhoid thrombosis, which means the vein has come out of my booty and it's like swollen, because I was bleeding. I was bleeding pretty bad for like a week, and then I started my period and I couldn't tell which part of my body I was bleeding from. So I was all freaked out. And once I realized that it was a hemorrhoid, I think I probably self-diagnosed the following Tuesday, saying, I think this is what it is. I'm going to go to the doctor and make sure this is what it is. But when I went, I did a couple of different things. I actually bought fiber gummies. Welcome to being 37, Amada. God, your whole freaking body is like falling apart. So I take 2 fiber gummies every morning now. And I'm thinking that this is probably because this all happened because one of two things. I'm dehydrated. I'm not getting enough water, even though I do suck down like a bottle of water after every tour. Like actually I suck down like 2 bottles of water, like regular size. I guess it's a liter. I drink a liter of water almost every day I give a tour, or more. I have, but my diet is mostly protein and vegetables. So, and I don't know if maybe like something happened with that. And I haven't even looked, but I'm pretty sure that other bypass patients or people who have had these kind of surgeries, they probably deal with something like this. So if you are starting out, and you're not too worried about the sugar content, this only has 1 gram of sugar. I highly, highly, highly recommend when you start taking your vitamins to start taking fiber gummies. Just do it. Just add it to your intake. I mean, you might want to wait until you're actually on solids, you know, when you start being able to eat pieces of chicken, or even 6 months in, when you're able to actually eat more food than normal. You know, take this in the morning or even in the afternoon. Take it. You know, it might even not make you feel as hungry. You might lose more weight because you're taking this. Just chew, chew, chew. That's all I got to say. Like, mornings for me are still really tough. Yesterday, I actually was able to make sort of like a breakfast burrito, which consisted of leftovers of chicken and steak and little green peppers or something like that, and a little egg and 1 little burrito. And I was full. I mean, full. I can't eat in the morning. I'm just not an eater. I do my Premier Protein shake and my coffee, and I am solid for 4 or 6 hours. Then I'll do lunch. Now consists of maybe some chicken salad that I pre-buy. I know it's probably full of more sugar than I'm supposed to be eating, but you can make your own chicken salad or your own tuna salad and put low-fat mayonnaise in it and relish or something like that. And I use carrots or broccoli, or even like you could cut up cucumbers or radishes instead of crackers, to sort of be like the snack that you dip it. I eat hummus now. I'm a hummus fan, kind of crazy. And that's kind of like my lunch. So it's a very, very light lunch, or it's a salad. Like if I go into the city and I'm doing my tours in the morning, by 12 o'clock, I'm hungry, right? Because I've eaten at 8 o'clock, and then at 12 o'clock, I'm hungry. So I'll do a salad. And in my salads, I put beets, broccoli. I love blue cheese. It's totally fatty, I know. I'll do a chicken, and then what else do I love to put in there now? Well, I really just try to put a lot more protein and colorful things that are in there. And then dinner is like a piece of protein and some vegetables, or a salad, light sauce or something like marinara sauce. It doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. And that's kind of like, I mean, I haven't really gone too far off. There's been a lot of parties and celebrations and things like that, but I haven't gone too far off, and the weight just hasn't kicked. So I'm thinking that it's either I'm dehydrated or I've gone off somewhere, and it's just like my body's like, no, we're really happy with being size 12, 14, but we're happy being at this size 240. I'm not happy with it. I'm ready to dive in and do a little bit more. I've even considered, and I know this is like a super long video now, but I have a lot to catch up on. I have even considered possibly training for the marathon. Yeah, the New York City Marathon, where it's 25 miles. I do 8-mile days walking. I have never run. I'm not a runner. I don't know how bad it's going to be on my knees, because if you guys don't know this, but basically both of my knees, this is how this whole started. I had snapped my meniscus, slight tear in my meniscus in both my freaking knees because my weight was so heavy. And I was almost, I have knee braces still that were basically handmade for me. Not handmade, but like, you know, like they're just not things you buy at the store, like actual with metal braces behind them. And I'm super scared that if I do something wrong, I will just ruin my legs, my knees. So I'm a little concerned that if I wanted to do something like the marathon, I might not be able to do it because of that. So I haven't quite tested it. But you know, maybe it's something to think about. And other good news, I have been re-inspired. There's a huge There's a huge project that I have had in my brain since 2015, um, that I wanted to create. And I'll just go right on out and say it. It's going to be called Break a Leg Boot Camp. And it's a membership website. And there's a course that goes along with it. And it's for artists and for, artists like actors, writers, um, any kind of creative person that you have. If you have a play or you have an album, you have a book, like, you're going to be able to put your stuff up on the site. It's going to be kind of like a mix of a Craigslist and a Udemy, and it's a whole bunch of things that I'm super stoked about, because I'm also in the process of making courses that's going to go along with it that you can help your business get started and do things. So stay tuned. This channel is going to start to turn into something else, Amada TV, and I'm super excited to share all of that with you guys, because a couple years ago, I took Marie Forleo's online B school, and it's helped me with my business that currently is a service-based industry, but it's not an online business industry. And so I'm sort of moving over from being service-based to service-based online. I can't give a tour through YouTube, but I can hire people to give the tours that I've created, and which I've done mostly this year, which I'm really, really proud about. And I've actually hired another guide. He's doing some tours for me. So I've got 2 guides that work underneath me. I'm looking to hire more people who also not only can be a tour guide, but also might be interested in helping me with this website. So there's going to be some administrative assistant job opportunities that are going to come forward, because I'm going to need a lot of help with content and just, follow through and, and customer service and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is like all these things. And I toot my own horn here for a second. I also, as part of the Guides Association that I work with, as being a corresponding secretary and the new chair as of earlier this year, I jumped in to be membership chair, and it's been almost, 10 months since I've been doing it. I've learned quite a few things about our organization, and things we weren't doing and things we should have been doing. And it's been really great having that kind of support and having those kind of people around me, because they are basically my clientele. They are the people who I want to help. And now I'm going to start making some money from it. So it's been pretty awesome. I'm like super, super excited about it. And I'm excited to help them with their businesses. I already kind of do that. I do offer a special website deal and coaching service. And I do have some clients that I do that with, where I come in and I build you your website. But I actually am also redesigning the Ganic website for Ganic, which is almost done. We just have to get it to work with some back-end code, which I don't have much experience with that part of it. So I'm giving it over to our IT department. But the structure of the layout on the outside, it's really pretty, and I'm super excited to share that with the association. So, which is also what inspired me to like redo what I wanted to do with what I want to do with artists. So yeah, so there's been a lot of stuff going on. This is a whole half-hour video. Thank you for watching, if you've been watching. And, I'm totally down for answering any questions that you might have. You can totally email me. You can put a comment below. You can visit my website, amadaanderson.com. You can go to my New York Broadway tours.com if you're interested in coming to New York and you want to meet me and go on a tour. But send me a message so I don't send one of my guides out, because I've been delegating a lot, and it's been an experience. So I have a lot of work to do, and I am part of the doctor that I went to see. Because of family history, he wants me to see him for colonoscopy, and I've never, ever had that done before. I freaked out at the doctor's office, started to cry, and they're like, it's a routine thing, get used to it. And I was like, okay, I guess. So, and I'm hoping that once they do that and they see that everything's okay, I also know that at the same office, they can remove the hemorrhoid if I want to, so I can have surgery to have that removed. And then I won't have something dangling out of my butt. So anyways, I hope you guys got something out of this. Thanks for watching, and I'm really just happy to be back on here to share what's been going on with me. Where's Amada been? That's where Amada's been. I've been here, I've been there, all over the place. But I feel really good about some things, and I'm happy to share my experiences. So, biggest thing though for my weight loss friends, fiber gummies, and drink lots of water. Do not go to bed dehydrated. You really, really need to take care of yourself. So, all right. Anyways, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.